Heyo and welcome to Monday. Over here in Europe, in Sweden, it's just a Monday. I did not know when I planned this that my coverage of the Fannie Willis debacle would be on your holiday, also known as Martin Luther King Day. But here we are, and you might notice that it's a new angle, and that is because I got a second monitor. And I'm not sure how things will turn out, because I've always, up until now, only used one monitor. But we will, I hope it will turn out well. And oh boy, are we in for a treat. Hi, Mrs. Jag. Have I had a treat? Well, not here. This is still around. I did trim down my beard a bit, just a tiny bit. It was starting to get in the way. And I heard that you're having a cold snap over in the United States, in more states than usual. And so let's be indoors, where it's warm, where it's safe. So they don't have court. No, nobody has court today. Tomorrow, there is a bunch of cases that has, I think the Murdoch case has a hearing tomorrow. I'm not sure if the Crumblies have something tomorrow. I know the Adelson is postponed. It would have happened tomorrow, but it is postponed to a later date. Yes, MLK Day is a federal holiday, so no courts today. So, so yeah, this is a bit the whitest guy on the planet will now have constructive criticism on a prosecutor. That's it. I'm having constructive criticism of a prosecutor. Now, I do know that Miss Willis has gone out and played the race card quite a lot. And why are they criticizing? Yeah. For me, it sounds like a desperation move. But you never know. Now, what really is infuriating for me about everything here, it's the 4 RICO cases in Fulton County, Georgia. The Young Thug case, there's another rapper who is charged with a RICO case, the Trump case, and then it's a cop RICO case. Now, that's it's just one defendant left in that, but 4 RICO cases in a county who has a backlog of over 200,000 cases that are awaiting trial or a court date or indictment, anything. But 4 simultaneous RICO cases. That's, for me, is the infuriating part. I really don't care about the alleged affair, but if you're supposed to have a moral high ground, maybe don't chase after a married man. Miss Willis. Allegedly. Have to add that. So far, these are all allegations. So, what is this all about? Well, it started a few days ago, before the weekend. And it started with this. Hold on while I... Boom. And as you see, The scroll at the bottom of the screen, it's just there for the haters. Because I assume there will be a bunch of very angry people claiming you're just doing this because the tone of her skin. I don't care. What I care about is 200,000 cases in Fulton County backlog. Victims, defendants, awaiting trial. That's what I care about. I'm quite sure I would have, if the facts were the same, and this was Mr. Joe Schmo prosecutor, I would have done this anyway. Yeah, and yeah, if you prefer Rumble, I pinned the link to my Rumble at the top of the chat. And that is because what I'm talking about is MLK Day with a black female prosecutor and unavoidable, the Trump case. YouTube might not like this. And just to be sure, I linked the Rumble, and if YouTube starts putting me in the reds, I'm cutting out YouTube and making that as a members-only stream and direct you all over to the Rumbles. But here it is. Okay, let's start here. In the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Michael A. Roman. He is a co-defendant in the Trump RICO case, for you who don't know. Defendant Michael Roman's motion to dismiss grand jury indictment as fatally defective and motion to disqualify the district attorney, her office, and the special prosecutor from further prosecuting this matter. Comes now. I hope not. Please, United States and those who still use that, stop it. It's not necessary. Defendant Michael Roman, Mr. Roman, by and through his undersigned counsel and pursuant to OCGA blah blah blah, Article 1, Section 1, paragraph blah 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 blah, the inherent supervisory powers of this court, the Georgia rules of professional responsibility, and other laws set forth herein, move this honorable court for an order striking the special purpose grand jury report and dismissing the criminal indictment in its entirety against Mr. Roman on the grounds that the entire prosecution is invalid and unconstitutional because the Fulton County District Attorney never had legal authority to appoint the special prosecutor who assisted in obtaining both grand jury indictments. As a result, both indictments contain structural errors and irreparable defects and should be dismissed in their entirety as to Mr. Roman. Mr. Roman also moves the court for an order disqualifying the district attorney. Oh, there's a footnote here. Notably, the special purpose grand jury did not recommend an indictment or any charges against Mr. Roman. The district attorney and special prosecutor made that charging decision on their own. Interesting. Let's see here. Ms. Roman also moves the court for an order disqualifying the district attorney, her office, and the special prosecutor from further prosecuting the instant matter on the grounds that the district attorney and the special prosecutor have been engaged in an improper, clandestine personal relationship during the pendency of this case, which has resulted in the special prosecutor and in turn the district attorney profiting significantly from this prosecution at the expense of the taxpayers. And I have to... sorry, I had to sneeze. Accordingly, the district attorney and the special prosecutor have violated laws regulating the use of public monies. Is that proper grammar? Monies? Okay. Suffer from irreparable conflicts of interest and have violated their oaths of office under the Georgia rule of professional conduct and should be disqualified from prosecuting this matter. In further support of the instant motions, Mr. Roman respectfully shows the court as follows. Totally not a Russian. I can't show that, but yeah. Introduction. This instant motion is not filed lightly, nor is it being filed without considerable forethought, research, or investigation. Nonetheless, this motion must be heard as the issues raised herein strike at the heart of fairness in our justice system and, if left unaddressed and unchecked, threaten to taint the entire prosecution, invite error, and completely undermine public confidence in the eventual outcome of this proceeding. There are fewer positions of authority in Georgia's justice system more powerful than an elected district attorney. The district attorney has incredible control and influence over the entire criminal judicial process, including the power to decide who and when to charge and how to charge them, which cases will get tried and which cases will be resolved, and, importantly, the power to allocate public monies provided for the operation of the district attorney's office. Historically, there have been few checks on this power in Georgia, and district attorneys have largely been able to act with broad discretion in deciding how to utilize public monies and making prosecutorial decisions. This case presents a unique opportunity for this court to review this authority and determine if the district attorney here overstepped her legal discretion and authority, and whether she and the special prosecutor violated the law and their obligations under Georgia rules of professional conduct when they engaged in a personal romantic relationship that has ultimately yielded substantial income to the special prosecutor. Now, I have to add here, these are still just allegations. In this motion, the claim from the lawyer of Mr. Roman is that this is correct. The evidence is not in this motion. Now, for me, that is a bit disheartening, but it's not a fatal flaw for me in this motion. Because I assume that there will be an answer from the prosecution's office, and this might be what the defense is waiting for the prosecution to address the issues and then slam them with evidence. That's my interpretation, at least. Now, it would have been better, I think, in my personal opinion, to add the evidence in this motion as well. But this is what the defense shows, and it's up to them. Let's continue. The important issue raised in the instant motion suggests that the elected district attorney for the largest district attorney's office in the state of Georgia has used the instant prosecution to pay her partner a large sum of money that was originally allotted to clear the backlog of cases in Fulton County following the COVID pandemic. Normally, the district attorney's use of funds allotted pursuant to a county's prior approval would not be newsworthy or legally actionable, but this case is different. The district attorney sought additional funds from Fulton County to clear the COVID backlog, including making a detailed presentation to the Board of Commissioners in 2021. And she ultimately received that funding from Fulton County, but she has not used those funds for that purpose. She apparently has used them to prosecute this case. This case as in the Trump RICO case, where Mr. Roman is a co-defendant. Even assuming that were proper and could be forgiven, even within the contours of this prosecution, there is a separate and very important concern about her use of the money. As the layers unfold, it becomes clear that the district attorney and the special prosecutor have been profiting personally from this prosecution at Fulton County's expense. Instead of handling this case within her office, as she could have done given the influx of CVID money, she chose to hire a private special prosecutor to preside over this case. Now, she did hire 3 people to preside over this case, and the motion focuses on one of them because of the alleged romantic interest, I would assume. But in Miss Willis' response, which was not written, it was in a speech in a church just before, I believe yesterday, Sunday, where she claimed that she hired 3 people, white woman, white man, black man, and the critique is only against the black man. Yeah, I think the critique is based on the one you're having an alleged romantic involvement with. Now, had you chosen the white man or the white woman, I assume they would have written about them too. Because it's about the facts, not the people. It's well written. My only snag in this is that the actual evidence is not in this motion, but they do claim they make claims, and we will get to that. Once again, on its face, this is not earth-shattering and generally well within her discretion. But there are several important facts that distinguish this case from the typical one, and which render the indictment invalid as a matter of law. Under Georgia law, the district attorney was required to obtain Fulton County's approval prior to appointing the special prosecutor to work on the case. The reason for this requirement is simple. It ensures that the district attorney cannot act unilaterally with regard to public monies and is subject to the control and supervision of the governing body, i.e. Fulton County, so that public has confidence in how the money is used. Undersigned counsel has found no evidence that the district attorney sought or received such approval to appoint the special prosecutor from Fulton County. This is not a mere technicality. It is a requirement the Georgia Supreme Court has held must be followed when a special prosecutor is appointed, and therefore a prerequisite for any special prosecutor's work on a case including the instant case. Vices raid. Hello, Raiders. Heyo. Hello, Vice Squad Raiders. Totally not a Russian bot says, the problem is that she assigned him to a job he isn't qualified for while they have qualified people. Yeah. The motion will get to that. And yeah, hello Raiders. Now, if you Raiders prefer the Rumble stream of this stream, the link is pinned on the top of the chat. Hi Flux! We have a Flux sighting. Hey. Well, you haven't. I've been talking about this motion for about 10 minutes, so you can only go back 10 minutes and speed it up, and you will be caught up in no time. Since the district attorney was fully capable of asking for authority for additional funding following the pandemic, then it is clear she knows how to do that. So that begs the question of why she did not do so with regard to the approval for the special prosecutor in this case. One could assume it was an oversight, but digging deeper, the potential reason becomes obvious. As has been pointed out in prior filings, the special prosecutor's oath of office was never filed. Yeah, there are prior filings to this. And in this, they have pointed out that the special prosecutor the oath he or she has to take has not been filed. Hello, great success. Yeah, I saw it was Legal Vices raid. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. This is not a maritime thing, but it's somewhat rocking the boat. If you know, you know. While this may have been an oversight, it may have been purposeful, a specific attempt to shield from public knowledge the fact that the special prosecutor had, in fact, been appointed without legal authority. Perhaps more important and enlightening, however, is the identity and qualifications of the specific person the district attorney chose to put in charge of this prosecution. One could say she's in deep water. Well, he might be more deep in than her. The district attorney chose to appoint her romantic partner. Allegedly. I have to point that out. Who at all times relevant to this prosecution has been a married man. Yeah, when Miss Willis and the special prosecutor started allegedly seeing each other, he was still a married man. How about that for a moral high ground? Prosecutor Willis. Admittedly, this is a bold allegation, considering it is directed to one of the most powerful people in the state of Georgia, the Fulton County District Attorney. Nevertheless, the District Attorney's fame and power do not change the fact that she decided to appoint as the special prosecutor a person with whom she had a personal relationship and who is now leading the day-to-day prosecution of this case. If you who are just joined us, this is the lawyer of Mr. Roman, who is a co-defendant in the Trump RICO case. And as I said in the beginning of this stream, what infuriates me is not as much what this is all about. It is knowing that there is in Fulton County, Georgia, they have a backlog of over 200,000 cases. And District Attorney Willis chose to run 4 RICO trials simultaneously this year. Hi, Jeff.
Hello, as they say over here.
How are you doing?
Not too shabby. Got a few minutes we can spend together.
Yeah.
Talking about sexy stuff.
Yes, great success. The Fulton County, Georgia, who are currently doing the Young Thug RICO. In a few weeks, another rapper / gang will also have their RICO case up in trial. Then you have the Trump RICO case, and then is a 4th RICO case in the docks. And this with a backlog of over 200,000 cases in Fulton County. Yeah, but as I said in previous streams, you don't win elections with assaults or grapes or theft. You win elections with the big cases, as in, Trump, Young Thug, whatever's. And Miss Willis is going for Attorney General in the next election. But now might have hit a bit of a snag when the allegations are that the special prosecutor in the Trump RICO case is also her romantic partner, who was married when they started to have that romantic partnership. Yeah, my motto, my hat. Yeah. Now, here we go. The court may well be wondering, and for good reason, how do you know this and why does it matter? All the things. Point 1. Open record request to Fulton County revealed that the district attorney did not obtain county approval to obtain the special prosecutor. Why would the district attorney not obtain this approval prior to appointing the special prosecutor?
Good question. Good question. Very good question.
Yeah. The special prosecutor has admitted his oath was not filed prior to his work on this case. Why would the special prosecutor not just file the oath, a simple administrative task for a lawyer? Maybe because he hasn't taken it. Because if he files this to Fulton County, he might be in trouble if he haven't actually taken the oath. Oh, and here, the special prosecutor is seeking a divorce in Cobb County and sought successfully to seal those records, hiding them from public view. Why would a private citizen such as the special prosecutor shield filings related to his income and spending from public view? Well, I think that's quite common to try. Being successful at it is more uncommon.
Yeah. Probably spent it all on hookers and blow and doesn't want anybody to know.
Or, well, not a prostitution, but a prosecutor.
Same thing.
Yeah. While the filings in the divorce case are sealed by court order, the legality of which is open to question, information obtained outside of court filings indicates that the district attorney, Fannie Willis, and special prosecutor have traveled personally together to such places as Napa Valley, Florida, and the Caribbean. And the special prosecutor has purchased tickets for both of them to travel on both the Norwegian and Royal Caribbean cruise lines. Traveling together to such places as Washington, D.C. or New York City might make sense for work purposes in light of other pending litigation. But what work purpose could only be served by travel to these traditional vacation destinations?
So Ms. Fanny lives in Nappy Valley. I'm kind of uncomfortable with this conversation.
The district attorney and the special prosecutor have been seen in private together in and about the Atlanta area and believed to have cohabited in some form or fashion at a location owned by neither of them.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Nick? Can you translate that for me? What does that mean?
Could it be a motel room?
A location owned by neither of them.
Could it be a hotel room, Jeff?
Could be. Could be the bathroom of a bar too. Who knows? But
yeah, who knows? Who knows? And yeah, you never know.
Cohabitated in some form or fashion at a location. But we're engaged. We'll disengage and get back to court.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they paid by day or hour.
Location owned by neither of them. All right.
Yeah. And here's the thing. In this motion, there's no actual evidence filed with it.
Well, there's a lot of motion in that location not owned by either of them too, it sounds like.
Yeah. But I think they are waiting for the reply from the prosecution's office on this. Not the reply she made in church the other day,
Wow.
but
So saying, I hope the prosecutor doesn't come yet means something completely different in this case.
Well, the motion starts with "comes now."
Poor guy. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Oh. Sources close to both the special prosecutor and the district attorney have confirmed they had an ongoing personal relationship during the pendency of the special prosecutor's divorce proceedings. It might even have been a cause. Just
smells a little conflicty.
Yeah. According to these sources, the personal relationship between the district attorney and the special prosecutor began before this prosecution was initiated and before the district attorney appointed the special prosecutor. Undersigned counsel knows the special prosecutor and have researched his litigation experience. That research reveals that the special prosecutor has never tried a felony RICO case. The state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta has several lawyers who specialize in the prosecuting and defending RICO cases. Despite having access to these resources, why would the district attorney instead appoint someone who has never tried a felony RICO case, particularly in a case with such national significance as this one? Maybe because before the Trump RICO, they had 3 other RICOs, so they might be already taken. But
either that or they're really good in the sack, one of the two.
Yeah. Give me a case.
Seriously. Lawyers doing it in their briefs.
The special prosecutor, based on his lack of experience in this type of felony, would not be qualified under Fulton County standards to be appointed to represent any defendant in this case, given the complexity of the charges. If the special prosecutor is not qualified to defend this case under Fulton County standards, then how is he qualified to prosecute the case? Is that why the district attorney did not seek approval for his appointment? Yeah, she kind of forgot to seek approval before she appointed.
The old "it's better to ask forgiveness than permission" thing, huh?
It might be so. If so, why did she seek to appoint a non-qualified lawyer without approval to preside over this prosecution? Good question. Since being appointed as special prosecutor, the special prosecutor has been paid an estimated almost $1 million in legal fees.
Sweet, baby Jeebus.
Of course, additional fees would be expected when private counsel is hired, but that would assume they are not in a relationship with the district attorney and they were qualified to do the work they were hired to do.
Wow.
There's a bit of snark here. The special prosecutor's fees have been lucrative in comparison by any reasonable measure. The district attorney's yearly salary, including state and county supplements, is just below $200,000, and the total annual budget for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office for fiscal year 2022 was $31.5 million.
Wow.
The district attorney lobbied for additional money from Fulton County to hire lawyers and staff to clear the backlog after CVID. Why didn't she use that money to hire qualified in-house staff to try this case? Why did she instead use that money to retain the special prosecutor?
You got to pay for those locations that neither of them reside in some way, you know.
Yeah. And hold on while I bring another thing up here. Just to show an example of how he builds things. I have to stop that. Present. Share screen. This one. Let's see here. Consulted on pre-indictment on November 3rd, 8 hours. Prepared cases for pre-trial, 5th of November, 24 hours that day. So for 24 hours straight, he prepared cases for pre-trial.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, interesting. And he's charging $250 per hour. Now, $250 per hour for private counsel isn't that much.
So that's very good.
Yeah, but if you are billing 24 hours in a 24-hour day, it stacks up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other numbers I don't have a problem with. But 24 hours in a day, that's... Hold on a minute.
And see, this is where a lot of misunderstanding can come in. Yes, but I mean, he could have just done 4 hours a day for 6 days and just put it all together in one. But that leads to these questions. If you do 4 hours on one day, you're right. 4 hours on one day.
Yeah, it could be, I don't know, 5th of November 21 might be a Friday. And he just clumped it all together. Yeah, but then you add on prepared cases for pre-trial. Then you add that in the text.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
No, it's not hard at all. And then then when you start getting the days that somehow add up to more than 24 hours, then you get bigger questions.
Yeah, but you heard about the joke about the lawyer who went up to heaven. And he said, "What am I doing here? I'm only 42. St. Peter said, "No, you're, according to your billing hours, you're 83. Yep. Oh yeah. By the way, in the Young Thug RICO case, the public defenders that they hired are paid $15,000 for the entirety of that case.
Yay.
And here you have special prosecutor earning $6,000 in one day. That is the difference between prosecution and defense. That's Yep. But let's get back to, where was I? There. Why is this important? The district attorney's failure to obtain the required approval to appoint the special prosecutor prior to him obtaining indictments against Mr. Roman renders the special prosecutor's service in that role a nullity and without effect under Georgia law. So in the indictments...
It'd be cool if we could see it too.
Oh, sorry!
I hate when they do that.
I'm having two screens.
I'm not allowed to touch buttons anymore. My chat doesn't let me touch any buttons.
Sorry, I have two screens now, so I can have both things up, but I still
Yeah. That's why I'm not allowed to touch anything on my screens anymore, because I always screw that up that way.
Yeah, I installed a monitor today, and I only had to call my nephew for help 3 times. I consider that a win.
Good for you.
Okay, start again. The district attorney's failure to obtain the required approval to appoint the special prosecutor prior to him obtaining indictments against Mr. Roman renders the special prosecutor's service in that role a nullity and without effect on the Georgia law. So the indictments he assisted in securing suffer from a structural and irreparable defect and must be dismissed. I don't think that will go anywhere.
It's a good argument, though.
Yeah, it's a good argument, but if it's that, in light of the district attorney's personal relationship to the special prosecutor prior to his appointment as the special prosecutor, his appointment created an impermissible and irreparable conflict of interest under Georgia's rules of professional conduct, which requires the disqualification of both lawyers and their respective offices and firms, if they can prove a relationship and that it existed prior.
Yeah, I can see both of the lawyers. I don't know so much about their offices and firms, but definitely the 2 lawyers should be given the
but that's the district attorney and the person leading the prosecution in the Trump RICO.
Give the boot for the booty call.
Yeah, but again, he hasn't added the actual evidence, just the allegations. And I think that's pure tactics because they are waiting for the reply from their prosecution. And then, bang, here's the evidence. Because if they claim they traveled together on cruises, yeah, there's not many cruises you do work on. Well, not that kind of work.
You're working it. You're just not doing work.
The district attorney's apparent intentional failure to disclose her conflict of interest to Fulton County and the court, combined with her decision to employ the special prosecutor based on her own personal interest, may well be an act of defraud the public of honest services, since the district attorney personally benefited from an undisclosed conflict of interest. Now that's interesting. If they can prove the relationship existed prior to this indictment or prior to her appointing him, that evidence must be solid. Because if it isn't, yeah, it must be rock hard. It must go deep in. Which is a crime under 18 U.S.C. blah blah blah, as well as the predicate act, which could result in a RICO charge against both the district attorney and the special prosecutor. That would be very ironic that the RICO prosecutor of Georgia will be indicted under RICO. Now, I did read in because I thought it had to be 3 or more people. No, 2 people is enough for a criminal enterprise, according to Georgia RICO. And that is the district attorney and the special prosecutor. Yeah, that's how vague. And here's the thing. In the Georgia RICO Act, this criminal enterprise can be expressed both verbal and non-verbal.
Orally and anally. Expressed a lot of ways.
Okay. Putting aside both the legal and ethical implications of their conduct also undermines the sanctity of the criminal justice system, erodes public trust in our judicial system, and would place them above the law. To allow this conduct to go unchecked by a powerful public elected official threatens to undermine the very principles of democracy that the district attorney herself claimed to defend in this prosecution. It seems hard to believe that such a powerful person could escape scrutiny and accountability for such egregious conduct simply because she believes she maintains a moral high ground and holds one of the powerful positions in the state of Georgia. This is particularly true since she has used that platform and the megaphone it provides to tour the country giving interviews in her pursuit of a conviction. She has been around. And I think she was elected on the grounds that she would prosecute former President Trump.
Yeah.
It is for these reasons and the other important reasons set forth below that the instant motion is being filed. The actions of the district attorney and the special prosecutor are indefensible under law and our rules of professional conduct, and have ultimately created a fatal and irreparable defect in the indictment against Ms. Roman, and a conflict of interest that has tainted the entire prosecution. To allow either of them stand above the law would be to invite and encourage the same behavior in the future. So Mr. Roman respectfully requests that the court grant the instant and dismiss the indictment in its entirety to Mr. Roman. Mr. Roman also respectfully requests that the court disqualify Willis, Wade, and their respective offices and firms from any further involvement in the prosecution of this matter.
Wow.
Now, then you have factual background.
Well, for myself, it's 1:30 here, and I got an early morning, so I'm gonna have to quickly bow. I just wanted to pop in for a few minutes and keep you company, and I'm glad you're covering this and not me.
Yeah. But this is because I'm covering the young thug. RICO, and Mr. Willis is, yeah, it's oh god, it's bad. It's so bad. Under the RICO charge in the Young Thug trial, it's 169 underlying acts. Most of them are pictures of one or more or none of the defendants doing gang signs and wearing the color red.
Awesome. Sounds fascinating.
Yeah. It's so stupid. But I'm trying to keep people entertained by screaming at the prosecution and screaming at the judge and sometimes screaming at the defense. Because Jesus Christ, it's so bad. It's
Wow.
so bad. Yeah. The only moment of, hey, this is good, was when Young Thug's lawyer, whose name is Brian Steele. That's a good name for a lawyer.
Yeah.
When he cross-examined one of the prosecution's star witness and made him say, which is a snitch by the way, made him say that Mr. Young Thug, he has never seen Mr. Young Thug commit any crimes. And no, he has never received any monies from Mr. Young Thug. And this YSL gang, no, there's no requirement to be a member of the YSL gang. Anybody can claim that.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, and that prosecution has so far cost the Fulton County taxpayers close to $5 million.
Oh, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, and this is a year-long trial, and we so far has gone through 3 weeks. Yay!
Yay!
And GG, you don't super chat me. Don't. I know you're having a rough time, and because So, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. And but for the rest of you,
you're stuck
what's
here.
Going on? Yeah, what's going on? Seriously, folks, appreciate me, acknowledge me.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna bail here, sir. You have a great early evening, morning, whatever, however long you're gonna be doing this.
I think I'll be done in about half an hour.
All righty. You have a
thank you, Jeff.
See you soon.
See you around.
Bye.
Yes, none of your business. And all this while Atlanta burns. And as I said, 200,000 cases in the backlog of Fulton County. And here we are doing 4 RICO cases. Or not we, they, Miss Willis. 4 RICO cases, which takes up, I would assume, half of the prosecution's office annual budget. The other, it's insane. But she has political ambitions. And RICO cases is what she does to get to those ambitions. And she wants to be the next Attorney General. Let's see here. Factual background. Willis and Wade have engaged in a personal relationship both before and after Willis appointed Wade as the special prosecutor. And this we've gone through a bit. Willis contracted with Wade without the required approval of Fulton County and failed to disclose a personal relationship with Wade before contracting with him. I'm just going to read these because Wade, which is the special prosecutor, did not file any oath of office as required by law. This is, I think, more serious than others because he has to. He has no choice. That's a requirement by law in Georgia. And it says the loyalty oath was not filed as required by state until September 27, 2023, which was after Wade had appeared and participated in both the special grand jury and the grand jury in this case. So, and here's the thing, filed, yeah, but that must happen before any work is done. And if they can prove, I have a hard time seeing, well, it's up to the court. And I don't think they really want to drop this case because they have spent time and a lot of money on this. Wade's lack of relevant experience, his contract with Willis, and Wade's substantial income in connection with the instant case. Yeah, since he started on this, he has billed Fulton County close to $1 million. That's a ton of money. And here is invoice. Wade's invoices for his services in connection with the instant case was broken down as follows: $15,000, $15,000, 15, 9, 32, 33. Here's the thing, I'm not sure about this. 3.5? No, 3,520. I don't know this number. 33, 34, 34, 35, 35, 77, 7.7. 25, 23, 20, 34, 36, 35. And this is just up to April of 2023. This has gone on since then. And it seems like the average is somewhere around $25,000 a month. Dun, dun, dun. Argument and citation to authority. The indictment against Mr. Roman is invalid and void because it was sought and obtained in part by Wade, but Willis never had authority from the governing authority, Fulton County, Georgia, to appoint Wade as special prosecutor, and Wade never filed his oath of office prior to his work on this case. And a lot of text, but there. Willis breached her duties as public officer, and Willis and Wade's personal romantic relationship and personal financial interest in this case has created an impermissible, unconstitutional conflict of interest requiring their disqualifications. They need evidence, but you can't really file this, because if you file and it turns out to be all blowing smoke, then this lawyer is probably risking his law license. Now, that has happened before when it comes to Trump lawyers, but this isn't Trump's lawyer. And here. Willis may have violated 18 by failure to disclose her conflict of interest. Yeah. If they can show the relationship started before this indictment. Conclusion: for all and foregoing reasons, Mr. Roman respectfully requests that his Honorable grant this instant motions, dismiss, blah, blah, blah. Ashley B. Merchant. Who is Ashley B. Merchant? Oops, sorry. Why I'm not using Bing by choice, but this is the, yeah. Okay. This is Ashley B. Merchant. Okay, but what's her actual CV? University of Florida Law School, where she graduated in 2003. I kind of want to find out more about her. Let's check via. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's see here. If I can actually find something interesting, like an actual. Here's her LinkedIn. I have to log in to LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn. It's a Facebook for wankers. CV. She's an active member in good standing with the bar. Okay. She is mostly in appellate law and criminal defense. And it seems like her specialty is actually digging up dirt. So, yeah. All right. Now, what else have happened in this? Well, it seems like, let's see here, did I put on the right one here? Yeah. This is from the House of Representatives in Georgia. Congress, 118th Congress, House of Representatives Committee on the Judiciary, January 12th, 2024. So this is was filed on Friday. A letter to Mr. Wade, who is the special prosecutor. Yeah, while you're here, give the thumbs up, give me a subscription and all of that things. Because damn it, I deserve it after covering the Young Thug RICO and all of this. I honestly deserve it. Okay. Dear Mr. Wade, the Committee on the Judiciary continues to conduct oversight of politically motivated prosecution by state and local officials. Based on recent reports, we believe that you possess documents and information about the coordination of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office with other politically motivated investigations and prosecutions and the potential misuse of federal funds. Accordingly, we ask for your cooperation with our oversight. On August 14th, 2023, with your assistant, Fulton County District Attorney Fannie T. Willis indicted a former President of the United States and current declared candidate for that office. According to recent court filings, you have been paid more than $650,000 at a rate of $250 an hour to serve as an attorney consultant and later a special assistant district attorney, which is another name for special prosecutor, in the unprecedented investigation and prosecution of the former president and other former federal officials. This filing also alleges that while receiving a substantial amount of money from Fulton County, you spent extravagantly on lavish vacations with your boss, Ms. Willis. Although Ms. Willis has so far refused to cooperate with our oversight of the FCDAO's coordination with other politically motivated, I would assume this is from the the Republican Committee of Judiciary. Something tells me it's. I don't care if the Democrat or Republican. I'm interested in what they are writing. Although Ms. Willis has so far refused to cooperate with our oversight with other politically motivated prosecution, invoices that you submitted for payment by the FCDO and made public as part of this court filing highlights this collusion. This new information appears to substantiate our concerns that Ms. Willis' politicized prosecution, including the decision to convene a special purpose grand jury, was aided by partisan Democrats in Washington, D.C. And for example, in April 2022, you billed $6,000 for 24 hours of team meeting. Confirmed with January's. Okay. Research legal issues to prep Intev from April 18th to 22nd. In May of 2022, you billed $2,000 for 8 hours of travel to Athens, conference with White House counsel. Okay. In the same invoice, you billed another $2,000 for 8 hours of team meeting, conference regarding. Okay, so the January 6th witness prep. In September 2022, you billed $6,000 for 24 hours of witness interviews, conference call, DC team meeting. So this seems to be about the January 6th thing. Now, I would assume that this is a part of the case. So it doesn't really... But yeah, I can see why they think this is politically motivated. Yeah, I know. If I want to have monetization up, you're getting ads. And what I have done is hold on while I can actually show you. And this is what I do. Hold on a second, and I will show. Dun dun dun. Here. Dun dun dun. As you can see, monetization on, live ad setting is on conservative. So you are receiving the absolute minimum that is in my settings. Sometimes people don't get ads at all. Sometimes people get a ton of ads. I have no control over it. It's on YouTube. So there's not much I can do about it. Let's go back to this, I think. Is that it? Yeah. The FCDO reportedly compensated you using a concoction of commingled funds, including monies confiscated or seized by the FCDO and monies directed from Fulton County's general fund. Including monies confiscated or seized. That is money from civil asset forfeiture. And if I haven't expressed my feelings about that, it's horrible. Civil asset forfeiture is where you, as a defendant, has to prove to the government that it's not income from criminal activities. No. The entire premise of Western civilized world judicial system is that the government always have the burden of proof. If they try to seize anything from you, if they try to... they have the burden of proof. So civil asset forfeiture, for me, you might as well... If you are for civil asset forfeiture, you might as well join ISIS. Because yeah. The committee has information that the FCDO received approximately 14.6 million in grant funds from the Department of Justice between 2020 and 2023. And given the enormous legal fees you have billed the FCDO, there are open questions about whether federal funds were used by the FCDO to finance your prosecution. In fact, on one day, November 5th, 2021, you billed taxpayers for 24 hours of legal work, attesting that you worked all day and night without break on a politically motivated prosecution. And yeah, here that is. And stuff like that. And then it's just news about other things. And now, how has Miss Willis responded? Well, not in writing. According to AP News, Hold on while I do this. Yeah, still on. District Attorney defends the qualifications of a prosecutor hiding Trump's Georgia election case. This is her speaking during a worship service at Big Bethel AME Church on Sunday, January 14th. The service celebrated Reverend Martin Luther King. And this is why you see the rolling text. Because this is what Martin Luther King actually said. He says, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So I don't give 2 shits on a straw that Miss Willis is a black woman. I genuinely don't care. It's her conduct. Fulton County, Georgia. Again, 200,000 cases backlog. And she uses her platform as a district attorney for 4 RICO cases. While 200,000 cases, that's victims and defendants that are still waiting for their day in court. 200,000 cases. Some of these cases are reaching a point where the statute of limitations are running out. That of victims that now will never have their day in court. Because District Attorney Fannie Willis has political aspirations. She wants to be the next Attorney General. And she, by her conduct, shows these people, the victim of theft, everything that has 3 years or less statute of limitations, she doesn't care because she wants to be the next Attorney General for Georgia. There are people, defendants, still in jail, awaiting indictment after more than a year. There are a few that have been waiting for almost 2 years for the indictment because she is running. She wants to be the next Attorney General. She wants to win elections. That's the content of her character. Here are some of the quotes from this. Willie said in this sermon that she hired 3 special prosecutors for the election case: a white man, a white woman, and a black man. They are paid the same hourly rate, and no one has questions the qualifications of the two white lawyers. Who the fuck cares? When one of the attorneys you hired was allegedly a person you had an affair with while he was married. Who cares if the other 2 are white? My question is, did you hire those 2 as an excuse? Because just in case it was discovered, then you could use this as an argument. So yeah, are they better qualified? We don't know. While never mentioning Wade by name, she called him a superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Sure. She cited his accomplishments and past professional experience and said, I'm just asking, is it that some will never see a black man as qualified no matter his achievement? Oh, you fucktwat. She is playing the race card so much. I don't think anybody cares about the 2 other lawyers. They care, did you have a romantic involvement with a married man? Then how can you be in church in front of the God you claim to believe in and say these things, Miss Willis? Yeah. This is a cluster F. Now, we still have to wait for the response to this motion, either from the court or I assume the prosecution's office will make a reply. That will be interesting, because that reply have to come quite soon. Within 2 weeks, I think. And then the reply from Mr. Roman's lawyer. That will be interesting. Will I cover it? Absolutely. I will not cover the Trump RICO, because I have enough on my plate with the Young Thug RICO case, which will restart on next Monday. They are having a week off for some reason, because apparently already they believe will take more than 6 months. It will probably take up to a year. So why not have a week off? Yeah. All right. What is next on my docket? Well, tomorrow it's Jody Day. Me and Dave over at Making Law Simple will cover an old trial, the trial against Jody Arias. I also have a motion from Mr. Richard Allen's new lawyers in the Delphi case that I will read. And it appears that now 2 sets of lawyers from Mr. Allen is following the Odinist trail. That will be interesting. The Adelson will have a hearing coming up soon, which I will cover. Other than that, you will see me on all other people's shows this week, because I'm having a few days off. On Friday, I will have my Finally Friday stream, and since end of the work week casual stream. So it will be a slow week on this channel, but please hit that subscribe, press that bell thingy, Give me all the thumbs up. Check what I've done so far and like everything I've ever done. All right. I will send you off to someone. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Dave is doing his Crumbly case. And so I will send you off to him from YouTube at least. I'd have to prepare for date night with girlfriend. She is also having a day off. So no, you won't see me anymore this today. Hopefully most of tomorrow. Thank you, I am Shout, for becoming a member. Now you have access to all my members only stuff, and there's a link to my Discord where you can discuss my other cases. Thank you so much. And it's $3 a month. And you get access to the most members only content on DarTube. I'm Nick. I'm a junior rep. I do labor law. And see you all next time. Bye-bye.